Hey guys, this is Gohan6425 on YouTube, the one and only. And right now, you are watching the one and only great WGS-TV.
Hello everyone, welcome to another installment of WGS-TV right here on youtube.com/WrestleGamer and ZFX-TV. As someone is messaging me, the Bay Area MVP, Lance is messaging me about which review we're doing really quick, which is the Monday Night Raw review for the week of November 10th, 2014. If you can quickly inform him on Facebook, I would be greatly appreciated. But anyway, guys, we always greatly appreciate you guys sitting here and listening to what we have to say about Monday Night Raw. And who is we? Well, let me go ahead and introduce the couple of guys I got right now here for the review, ladies and gentlemen. First off, he is the hardcore host of Hardcore Wrestling Radio, the hardcore one himself, and I can't say hardcore enough, Rick Head. Rick, how you doing?
You know me, Billy. I'm always doing good. Thanks for having me.
And ladies and gentlemen, our resident music mogul is here from youtube.com/LanceMossTV, and he still wants to hear me squirm in terror of Five Nights at Freddy's. That's the incomparable Lance Moss. Lance, how you doing?
Anybody want some sellout sexual chocolate?
Oh, God. And very hopefully, we hope to have the Bay Area MVP known as Will on the review very, very soon. But anyway, speaking about Monday Night Raw, we got to talk about the opening. Of course, they're in Liverpool, England, which apparently is anti-Cena for some reason. I have no idea why. Apparently, again, fans think they can actually control the product when they can't. I'm not saying they don't have a right to voice their opinion. I'm just saying they need to give up the idea that they can control the product, because I think that's what's fueling the idea. But anyway, they start talking about promoting for Survivor Series and how he has right now. Well, they initially advertised him to have Ziggler and Jack Swagger, and then out comes Ryback, who comes out to an enormous amount of cheers, and before they can get one word in, out comes the Authority to kind of cut a promo. And it was also, at the same time, a build-up for the main event match, which is Cena and Ryback. And what it initially looked like, Rick, to me, in my personal opinion, which would have been a huge mistake in my opinion, is it looked like they were going to turn Ryback heel after having him come back to an enormous positive response as a face only 2 weeks ago.
You know, that's what I think they were trying to push him as a heel at first, where they gave where Ryback gave Cena that spine buster, but that was kind of expected because they had that match coming up. He had to send a message that no matter who he's going in front of, he's going to beat their ass. And that was just a message to Cena. That was not a message towards the Authority. And that was, of course, everybody said, oh my God, he's going heel. Even over my Google+, he's turning. And I'm like, people, he's not turning. But, you know, it was just funny. But throughout the night, we saw that this wasn't happening.
Lance, you got something to say?
Yeah, about the whole, I think we don't know yet. Main reason, the Authority has a hell of a lot of infighting in it already. I think they just pissed Ryback off, and we won't know which side he's on until next week.
Well, we'll get to more about what we're talking about when we get to the main event. But anyway, opening up Monday Night Raw, we had Seth Rollins and Jack Swagger, and it was a basic match. I really can't say anything bad about it. Rollins hit the curb stomp on Swagger, got the victory, then hit the curb stomp on him again. But then they say that Swagger is injured and he is out from Survivor Series. So basically now it's just down to Ziggler and Cena for Team Cena. Following that, Paige and Alicia Fox. Paige apparently extremely popular in Liverpool, England for some reason. I have no idea why. Just out there. But
Gee.
You wonder why. It wouldn't be that she's from England, would it?
It could be. It could be. As the Bay Area MVP known as Will has joined us on the Raw review, and we were just discussing. We're getting to the overwhelming popularity that Paige has in the UK for some reason. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you? And Will's having some. Will, can you hear us? Will's in darkness. Will's part of the Wyatt family now. But anyway, it was just Paige hitting the Ram-Paige on Alicia and getting the victory. Following that, we had what was supposedly Rusev's title celebration for winning the United States Championship. And also at the same time, they were going to have him defend against Sheamus, a return match. And it boiled down to the security by the Authority distracting Sheamus, getting him counted out, allowing Rusev to retain the championship by countout. Rick, did you get some sort of inkling that possibly they were going to do something else with Rusev with the way they were having, with the backstage promos with them and Stephanie McMahon?
Well, I don't think they were going to make him a face. What I think is they were doing is, first off, the backstage segments with Stephanie, I was laughing my ass off. It just shows that Stephanie McMahon can be entertaining, especially when you're stoned out of your mind, folks. For you young kids who are listening, please don't do drugs, at least since you get older. But that's besides the point.
I wasn't going to bring that up, Rick, but okay.
Anyways, yes, that's right. I'm sorry for forgetting what on Hot Wrestling Radio anymore. Plug. Anyway, but yeah, I didn't think if you were going to turn him face or anything, but to maybe not have him in that. The Survivor Series and maybe have him outside of give him a reason not to, and do like some other fight, like another match. Yes, but we saw that wasn't the case.
Now, post-match, they do confirm with Stephanie McMahon that Rusev will now be joining Team Authority as Survivor Series, and it almost goes hand in hand. Well, if you think about it, almost went hand in hand. There was really going to be no doubt that Sheamus was going to join Team Cena, and that's exactly what he did. As I think we're having some more connection issues with the Bay Area MVP known as Will. We do apologize. Will, can you hear us?
I thought there's no politics in WWE. No, wait, that was when... Yeah, never mind. What's going on?
Yeah, but like I said, it almost goes hand in hand. We saw Rusev joining, and it was almost extremely predictable that they were going to put Sheamus on Team Cena.
Yeah, because look at the silver lining out of all this. This is something that it's like putting an obvious piece of the puzzle together, but more that, how can I put this nicely without trying to bash our veterans since today is Veterans Day. There should be no politics in wrestling altogether, but it does fit the bill, and just more likely, this is going to be an all-out match as long as they stop saying Alexander Putin. I'm getting tired of it. It makes it sound similar to Bill Cosby saying Jello pudding all the time. Jesus Christ.
Oh, man. Thinking of something that was actually quite funny. Up next, we had Los Matadores with El Torito taking on The Miz and Damien Mizdow. Damien Mizdow came out to a overwhelmingly positive response from the crowd. So it's just not the fans in the U.S. that are taking notice of Damien Mizdow. It's fans everywhere that are taking notice of Damien Mizdow and what he's done with this gimmick. But it wasn't just those two. Apparently now there's Mini Miz. Yes, Hornswoggle is finally out of the gator suit, which in my mind, Lance, that's a positive because that mini gator stuff was just really ridiculous in my opinion. So I think it was good to see him out of that costume.
So let me see if I got this right. We have The Miz, Mizdow, and the Mizjit.
I didn't think about that one. But that one was good. But the matchup in itself was okay. Mizdow was holding Fernando's foot. I don't know if it was Fernando or Diego. I'm just going to call him Fernando because they both look alike with the mask on. And Miz was able to pin him, and they got the victory like that. Now, also at the beginning of the show, they also revealed Mark Henry to be the newest member of Team Authority for the Survivor Series team, and he was set to take on the Intercontinental Champion, Dolph Ziggler, in a non-title match. And again, I've said it time in and time out, Ziggler can work with anybody and make them look good. What did not look good in that match, Rick, was that chair shot, which caused a disqualification. Basically, it looked like Henry threw the chair and Ziggler just ate it right in his face.
Yeah, that was a bad shot, I have to admit. Let's be realistic. Anything that Henry does doesn't really look good, so, you know. I'm guessing the only reason why he's on Team Authority is so that Big Show can rival, you know, who's on Team Cena, and that's, you know, it's just a nice little fit. But other than that, I don't see the purpose for it. But there it is.
Yep, so now we have 4 members of Team Cena announced. It's Cena, Ziggler, we have Sheamus, and now Big Show, and now they're still looking for a 5th member. Still looking for that 5th member of Team Cena. We still don't know who it'll be, but anyway, something to talk about. It's something we talked a little bit about it, and that's the Xavier Woods vignette we talked a little bit about last week. You know, the New Day coming where he looks like he's James Brown and everything. He's going out there entertaining and whatnot. And I got to see, it looks to be a good fit for him because it looks like he can pull it off. What was different for this week, and which kind of leads me to believe, Will, that they really are going to push a group gimmick now because I think one of the reasons why they didn't do it before because they didn't really have a gimmick for him, but I think that they may go in this direction. It's the fact that now Kofi Kingston, as we lost Will, but Rick, I'll throw it to you with this one. Now, because it looks like now Kofi Kingston appeared in the vignette, and now they're going to push that as a group vignette. And I personally believe, Rick and Lance, that I believe it's only a matter of time before we'll see Big E in that vignette, and I'd love to see what he can do in that vignette, man.
I agree. But the thing that's kind of scaring me is this almost reminds me of another version of a 3-man band almost.
Ooh.
Yeah. No. Okay. That's the first thing I saw. This is a 3-man band, and I wrote that on my Facebook page. Secondly, let's look at Xavier Woods. This is not his first, not his second, but his 3rd gimmick. People. This is getting scary, guys. So come on, you know what I mean? And Xavier Woods is a talented wrestler. And I'm not trying to chop down the guy, because I'm really not. But, and secondly, this is the second time this group is trying to come together, and it's not worked. I really want to see this group work and what this group can do. So you got to think about this really seriously at an angle before you say, oh, I want to see what, you know, but time will tell. You know, I say that a lot over on my show. Time will tell, you know.
Well, I think with the initial run, we only saw them just appearing on TV for about 2 or 3 weeks, and then they just cut it and dropped it, and just made it a memory. But Lance, what was your reaction when you saw Kofi Kingston in that vignette? Did you get the idea that they're going to push this now as a group gimmick now for Big E, Kofi, and Xavier Woods?
Well, first off, the Bay Area MVP would like me to apologize because he's having PC issues right now.
Okay, that would explain it.
And I just hope it doesn't turn into the 3-man soul band.
3-man soul band.
I mean, and that's not racist. Let me just get that straight. Because if they're making James Brown, who was the godfather of soul, and you take 3MB, put 3-man soul band in there, it kind of fits.
Yeah, it kind of does. It kind of does. I'll give him that.
I want it to work.
Yep, definitely. But anyway, following that little vignette, and by the way, if you guys have your own take on it too, you definitely can put it in the comment section below. Up next, AJ Lee taking on Brie Bella, and we saw a little bit of a vignette earlier where apparently Brie was now a butler, the Bella butler, and it was just Nikki bossing her around, and it came down to AJ locking on the Black Widow to get the victory, and after that, Nikki would attack her, typical heel fashion, and hit the rack attack on AJ Lee and held up the Divas Championship just to work the angle between the two. I mean, they got to do something to make this a viable feud between the two because, AJ Lee is a good talent, despite what some people have to say about her lack of a moveset. I still think she's a viable talent in the Divas division because she can do a hell of a lot more than a Summer Rae right now, or an Emma, or anything like that, or even a Rosa Mendes. She can do a hell of a lot more than that. And Nikki Bella, just not on that rung yet, in my opinion. She may be boning John Cena, but I don't think she's still at that rung where she needs to be, if you know what I mean. I wonder how many hate comments I'm going to get for that, or how many dislikes I'm going to get for that. But anyway,
bring on the haters. That's what I say.
Up next, we had Adam Rose and Tyson Kidd, and even further evidence is presented, Rick, of them breaking up. We would think, the entire Exotic Express, but from the way it looks like it's just Adam Rose and the Bunny. Let me explain to the others who don't know what we're talking about. It's the fact that the Bunny kind of accidentally cost Adam Rose a match again. He was on the top rope. Adam Rose was just trying to get him down, and then Tyson Kidd locks on the sharpshooter, and Rose is forced to tap out. Rose not happy with the Bunny about it. The Bunny tried to apologize, and then Adam Rose super kicked the Bunny right in the gut. Then they all leave, and the rest of the Exotic Express is dancing and partying like nothing ever happened. But, to me, there's evidence for two things for me, Rick. It's the fact that, one, that they're trying to turn Rose heel, and two, I think they're trying to break the Exotic Express and Adam Rose away from the Bunny and possibly make the Bunny a separate character in itself. I mean, would that work?
I'm not sure if they're trying to do that or if they're finally trying to do something with the Bunny. The Bunny was meant to, at least the rumors, the initial rumors when the Bunny came out, that it was supposed to be one of the wrestlers. I think it was Darren Johnson.
Young.
Who?
Young.
Darren Young, thank you. Darren Young, who was, supposed to come back for Titus O'Neil, and that never happened. And, I think they're finally trying to do something with this Bunny, who was obviously got an early pop, and then another pop kind of died out, and now they're trying to bring it back up. As far as Adam Rose, he does nothing for me, so for him losing, he was losing before the Bunny even came around.
But what if they actually succeed in turning him heel?
I don't think it'll really, maybe seeing him as a heel character, I'd like to see what would happen maybe, but to be honest with you, I don't think it'll make much of a change. They have to me, and I said it before, for his character, they have to rebrand him completely different because I don't like that character at all.
So you're saying that, in order for him to be completely successful and turn as a heel, that not away from the Bunny, but break him away from the Exotic Express gimmick altogether.
Yes, absolutely. He does have talent. He's great on the mic, but I just don't like that gimmick. Personally, myself.
Well, yeah, you do bring up some interesting theories for that, but following that, we would have the main event. We had John Cena and Ryback as the Bay Area MVP. Hopefully, has his PC issues figured out, but and I hope it's going to work because I always like to have all the guys here on for the reviews. But anyway, yeah, with John Cena and Ryback, I think the fans, if you guys remember when they used to have Kurt Angle come out in WWE to that music, going like, "You suck, you suck." I think the fans in the UK were doing something somewhat similar with John Cena's music, something to that effect.
Yes, they were.
Absolutely. And you know what? I did put it out to the haters on Facebook and YouTube not too long ago that they needed to start coming up with something more original. And you know what? I'm actually going to applaud them for that because I actually thought that was original, and actually I thought it was somewhat comical for them to actually make a hate chant in the styles of John Cena's entrance music. So you know what? I will applaud them for that. I'll give you haters your props. I'll give you haters your props for once you actually came up with something entertaining and original, and you actually pulled it off. Now it happened in the UK, not in the US. I'm not saying, but still. I'm saying that UK people are smart, is what I'm saying. I'm not saying US people are dumb, but UK people are a little smart. But so like I said, they get their props. I'll give them that. I'll give them that one. For once you hear me, you'll hear the WrestleGamer saying, "I actually respect you haters for actually coming up with something entertaining to see on TV." Now, John Cena and Ryback was indeed I kind of expected, half expected to see all of Team Authority out there, which we did, and Kane was kind of getting jabbed at, not only by Ryback earlier in the night, saying, you know what, I can handle it myself, stay out of my way, and it kind of looked like they were going to have a confrontation right there. Same thing almost with Seth Rollins. Towards the end of the match, we had Cena run into Kane. Kane couldn't stand it anymore. He came in, attacked John Cena, causing disqualification. Ryback took offense to it, starts getting in Kane's face. Seth Rollins would try to play peacemaker. That wouldn't happen as Ryback leveled him, and then all the Team Authority would start to jump him, and then it was just basically turning into a decimation of Team Cena, one by one by one. A lot of people wondering at that point where Ziggler was. Why Ziggler didn't show up. Well, he wasn't really needed towards the end because Ryback actually turned things around in Team Cena's favor. Now, does he necessarily join Team Cena after hitting the shell shock on Kane? Don't know. I mean, it's not confirmed yet as to Ryback is joining. However, we do get a confirmation as to what happened with Dolph Ziggler. The Authority, Stephanie McMahon and Triple H are watching backstage. They're furious at Ryback for what he's done. And then next thing you know, like a jump scare in a Five Nights at Freddy's game, Ziggler just flies in out of nowhere, lifeless at the feet of Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. And they both look up, and you see Luke Harper right there. In new clothes, by the way. In new clothes. I know people are saying, why does that make a big deal? Well, for the past year, almost year, we've only seen Luke Harper wear the same dirty shirt. But he said, you know what? I'm a team player. And I think at one point Triple H was wondering, okay, when are we cutting? Because he's like... So apparently now Luke Harper is now part of Team Authority, and that's pretty much how they ended Monday Night Raw. Well, I got to ask you... reactions to the appearance of Luke Harper at the end of Monday Night Raw?
I'm a team player. That's all I can say. I mean, now that Luke Harper is now heel, and Eric Rowan, I guess, is going to get somewhat of a face turn after the last couple weeks. The Renee Young touching hair, we won't get into that anytime soon. I guess that's what he said.
Yeah.
I think, if Luke Harper is going to be the fifth member of Team Authority, then this is obviously Ryback's going to be the fifth member for this. But overall, Luke Harper, this fits his gimmick, and he's still got the googly eyes and everything. This fits. Why not?
It's now time to go into our overall scores and our picks for best and worst match or segment of Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw this week emanating from Liverpool, England in the UK. I gotta say it was a decent show. We do get some more confirmations for the Survivor Series teams. We got for Team Cena, we got Cena, Ziggler, we got Sheamus, Big Show, possibly Ryback. I don't know if they're gonna put the gimmick on him. If they don't. Storyline-wise, if they're going to put him into it or not. It would seem that they would after the way they played out the story on Monday Night Raw last night. I'm going to say best match of the night overall. It's really hard to say because, honestly, I really like Rusev and Sheamus. I thought it was a good match. Everything else was just a little borderline predictable as to what was going to happen, especially with Ziggler and Henry. It's borderline predictable that we're going to have Big Show come out there to make the save to whatever Mark Henry was going to do to Ziggler, and that's exactly what happened. So I'm going to throw it to Rusev and Sheamus. Despite the outcome with the security distracting Sheamus to get him counted out, I still thought it was a very decent match. With, believe it or not, Los Matadores and Miz Mizdow coming in at a close second. Worst segment of the night? I don't know. I guess Adam Rose kicking the bunny. It's just getting kind of redundant now. If they want to turn Adam Rose full heel, break him away from the gimmick. Break him away from the entire gimmick in the storyline instead of just having him just right there, and a basic mixture of it. So. Overall, Monday Night Raw is going to get a 3 out of 5 from me. So, Rick, you're up next with your overall score and your picks for best and worst match or segment of Monday Night Raw.
Well, Billy, I do have to agree with you. Raw was kind of very predictable as far as how it was going to go with Team Cena. I do agree. I did figure that Sheamus was going to be on it the way Raw went, and I did obviously kind of figure that I called it that Ryback was not going to be on Team Authority. I knew that he, just the way his attitude was being through the whole thing, that he had no plans on staying on there, and obviously that Big Show was going to be on a part of Team Cena. So just everything, the way the matches went, you were kind of calling stuff out. The main event was probably the highlight of the night. The worst, yeah, as far as the worst part of the night, yeah, Adam Rose, they got to do something with him. So that's it. Overall score, 2.5, maybe 3, and that's probably most of that's going to the main event.
All right, next up, we got Lance with his overall score and his picks for best and worst match or segment of Monday Night Raw this week. Lance?
Well, overall, the matches were kind of bland to me. So I really don't have a best or worst. It's just kind of mediocre to me, but yeah. Best segment, the reveal of Luke Harper at the end. Well, I do think they pulled the brawl between the two teams a little too quickly. I think they should have done that next week to hype up more, because if they try it next week, they've already used that tool. That's normally for one of the pay-per-views within a few days, but that's just me. And I do have a question for y'all. What the hell are they doing with Eric Rowan?
Supplying him with Valium. Like Kane was sat by him a couple of weeks ago, puts up the mask. You scared me.
She's not here.
You said that a little too well.
Yeah. But, yeah, that's kind of creepy there, Lance. I'm just saying. I'm not saying it to be rude, I'm just saying. And finally...
It's alright, I'll be rude for you.
Yeah, of course you would.
Don't you sing my Cena song?
Oh, God. And he's even got the guitar and everything, guys and gals, right there. But anyway, and finally, guys and gals, we go to the Bay Area MVP known as well. Get his overall score and his picks for best and worst match or segment of Monday Night Raw this week. Will?
All right, I'm back. Sorry for the technical difficulties on my side. I will give Raw 3.5. Best match. Can I really say there was a best match? But yeah, I guess I would have to give it to. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but Lance has said something about all these matches and it's blending in too quick. So I'm actually going to give it to Tyson Kidd versus Adam Rose on this one. I mean, Tyson Kidd hasn't got a break in a while. I have to be honest. I mean, the guy's, 32, 33? I'm not sure. Worst match? Yes, on WGS-TV, I'm going to say it. The Cena-Ryback match. Who would have thought all these run-ins would have been predictable? Who would have thought the Authority would have been watching their supposed scouted fifth member? I mean, Lance pretty much nailed it on the button here. Best segment? Luke Harper at the end of Raw. Did you see the look on Stephanie McMahon's face after Ziggler came in and looks like, we don't know what happened in the back. It looked like Ziggler got either pushed or pulled or got thrown to the Authority's couch like a rag doll. And
yeah,
that was just funny. Worst segment? Is Adam Rose even going to really turn heel? Because I think there's too much bunny abuse. I'm sorry. That bunny abuse is too much here.
Call Peter.
That poor little bunny.
And I would like to honorably mention back on WGS-TV, since I haven't done it in a while, I'm going to say the UK fans saying, John Cena sucks, good originality. Could have used a little bit more spice, but hey, it's the United Kingdom. What are you going to do? That's it.
As long as it's not baby spice, you know what I mean?
Oh, fuck.
Anyway, guys, and gals, on that note, what we want to know now from you guys out there, the viewers and subscribers, your thoughts on Monday Night Raw this week. What are your overall scores? What are your picks for best and worst match or segment of Monday Night Raw this week? Do you guys think that Ryback will end up on Team Cena for Survivor Series? We definitely want to know what you guys have to say. Be sure to put your comments in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and favorite this video. Rick, where can fans check you out on HWR?
Of course, they can always find me over on our Facebook page. That's facebook.com/Hardcore Wrestling Radio. And if you want to find us anywhere else, you can find us over on Daily Motion, SoundCloud.com, and of course YouTube. Just search for that word, HWR Show.
Lance, what can fans expect to see when they come visit your channel over on youtube.com/LanceMossTV?
Album reviews, NASCAR discussion videos, redneck gourmet cooking videos, some musical equipment reviews, some rants and whatever else I feel like putting up. And, well, if you hadn't subscribed, why hadn't you?
And yes, ladies and gentlemen, he always likes to honorably mention the statue he's building of James and Baby Spice in the Hoodad Temple. It's the Bay Area MVP known as Will. Will, you got anything coming up on iVlog?
Well, the only thing I gotta say is, I now have a new show for Hardcore Wrestling Radio. It is called HWR in the News. You can catch me Friday or Saturday, depending if my work doesn't put me through hell, on SoundCloud.com/Hardcore Wrestling Radio. And the reason James is not here is because he's still a little bit sour from his job. Scoreboard abuse. He'll tell you.
Yeah, at another time. But anyway, fans, don't forget to like the Facebook page, facebook.com/WGS-TV, and don't forget to please subscribe to youtube.com/WrestleGamer and youtube.com/ZFXTV Network if you haven't already. Also, don't forget, every day at 9 o'clock Central Time right here on WGS-TV is when you see a brand new Let's Play right here on the channel. So again, that's 9 a.m. Central Time every day right here on WGS-TV, so be sure you tune in for that. So with that being said, the hardcore host of Hardcore Wrestling Radio, Rick Head, the incomparable Lance Moss of Lance Moss TV, and the Bay Area MVP known as Will, I'm the Wrestle Gamer. Double B Only Boudreaux saying, I'm a team player.
But Rick isn't.
Hey. I'm a different type of team player. But this show's PG rated, so I can't say anything.